writing process basically the same as far as writing goes, but the approach of like finishing a song was a little different, I think. We recorded the songs like demo versions and went back and hacked up the structures and restructured them a little bit here and there and re-recorded them to see if we liked it again, and did that a few different times. And we've never done that before. It's always like we'd finish a song, okay, that's a song, we're done with that, okay, and go on to the next song. I guess you could consider that part of the writing process, you know? The musical part starts with riffs, you know, usually the guitar riffs. I'll get with Donald, we start putting drum beats with it and then structure it together.
Trevor got on a roll, just pumping riffs out left and right, killer riffs, so, you know, him and Donald just get together and being asked my opinion on what do you think about this part here, how long should this go, you know, what do you think about this ending? So, you know, that was very cool.
You're scared of me, that's rare and I'm cold.
It's pretty much straightforward obituary, you know? Death metal, gore, you know? Violence.
Real life situations sometimes.
I really like Paralyzed with Fear. That I like because to me, being from the outside looking in, it's everything to me or that I know of Obituary. It's got all the little elements, and we added some extra stuff with a little harmony riff at the end. That song, it's a perfect way to end the record. Just something really just killer, you know. Awesome. So that one definitely sticks out. It has since day one.
I think it's Violent by Nature, Deny You, and Paralyzed with Fear, like, you know, stand out to me. I mean, they're all awesome, but I love those the best.
I don't like the whole album in general. Visions in My Head, I think, stands out the most for me. Sounds like a song that could be on commercial radio. That never will be. It's definitely like a really catchy song. I mean, it's got a perfect hook. We go through all this whole middle section where it slows down and it gets all ambient, and then we kick back into the opening riff again. The crowd just starts bouncing off the walls again, like they already knew the song, you know. Oh yeah, that's why we were on that tour. Yeah, you know?
I toured with them in 1990. It's for Spiritual Healing, so I've known them since then. They're great dudes.
Yeah. We played the Rock Hard Fest this summer with them, and we're all just sitting down having beers after it, and Bill Steer and Walker are like, we got a tour together, mate, you know. And so they hit us up and we put it together, you know.
Yeah.
We just had a blast on it. That's what I know. It was killer. Everybody got along. We just killed it every night, you know, all the bands.
There's nothing but kids.
It was a mix, yeah, for sure. There was definitely a mixture.
Yeah, it was a great tour.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
There's one show we sold, I think, 20 records, you know, 20 vinyls.
Yeah.
But we sell about at least 6 or 7 a night, so which is great, you know. I mean, Boston was sold out. It's killer. I think Calgary was awesome. You know, what's killer is, you know, there's 10-year-old kids walking up, 12-year-old kids with their leprosy shirt on, which is like amazing to me, you know, whether their father turned them onto it or what, but the young crowd is there, you know.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of kids on this, actually.
Yeah.
You see them in the front row, headphones on or whatever.
Yeah.
For me, what's killer about this whole thing with Death to All is me and the drummer in Massacre and the guy that's playing guitar now for this run with Death to All, we all went to high school together, so we grew up together playing, jamming in separate bands. I was in a band with Mikey for a bit, and I was in a band with Bobby. And now here we are, you know, what feels like 55 years later. we're on tour together in 3 separate bands, you know, but it's
pretty fun.
It's pretty surreal, you know, so for me it's just been a bonus, you know.
It's a cool atmosphere, you know.
Yeah,
Rick and I were in Death, and now we're touring with them, and, you know, we're all from Florida, 4 Death Metal bands. And
so we all known each other for so long.
We've all known each other forever.
Yeah, none of these bands have toured together either.
No.
So it's, I mean, obviously Chuck's not around right now, so it's a different culmination of Death, but it's still cool, you know. And it's cool. It's all old school death metal compared to a lot of the tours we've done in recent times. It's younger bands that are more technical, not old school sounding, and it's great. I mean, Massacre, Obituary, and then Death. I mean, the 3 bands' music is just so cohesive. It's just punishing all the way through.
Well, also too, it is cool to have Rivers of Nile on this tour because it also just mixes it up a little, just enough, you know, to bring on the young bloods and have maybe pull some of their crowd, and then some of our crowd goes to them. You know, just kind of expand everybody's listening deal. You know, you might dig the new stuff, the new technical stuff, and some of the guys that do all the fast stuff might be like, whoa, yeah, we can slow it down and it'll be like this shit.
Well, yeah, those guys in Rivers the other day were asking me how to play the song Inked in Blood, and that's the most basic song on our album. They're like, how do you do that? And these guys are like really technical.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you can't figure that one out.
Yeah.
I had to show them how to play it. I couldn't believe it. I was
We
like,
have a hard time making riffs.
Yeah, yeah.
and they loved it. They were like, please show me how to play that. And I showed them the other day. It was pretty funny.
Well, I think a lot of people would find it hard to believe, but Tampa death metal basically was created by Sabotage and Nancy Savage.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the bands we used to go see when we were 14 and 15.
Yeah.
You know, and we wanted to be like them and be up there playing. And then, you know, it's an evolution of things like Show No Mercy came out, Hellhammer, Celtic Frost, Possessed. You just want to play faster and heavier and darker. So that's just what kind of created that whole thing.
Yeah.
Did you hang out with Nasty Ronnie?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
He picked me up a few times and threw me in the crowd. At one time, I did weigh under 200 pounds.
Yeah.
He could probably still pick
He
you up.
probably could
Yeah,
still pick
he's
me
a
up
big
and throw
boy.
me. But yeah, it was a great live show, smashing TVs, and you know that was before you had pits going and stage diving, so everyone was just kind of headbanging.
Headbanging, yeah.
He just would grab someone out of the front row and twirl them around and throw them out. But yeah, it's killer.
Licking candles.
Absolutely. But that's kind of where, for me, it kind of all started, you know. And also the Mantis demo that came out like in '84. That was, you know, kind of the beginning of the whole thing. So
Yeah, when I saw Nasty Savage for the first time, that was
yeah.
the end of it all right there
Yeah,
for me.
that
I
was
mean, I'd
it.
seen Maiden and
Yeah.
Dio and whoever, and when I saw Nasty Savage, it was like, it's a whole different ball game. Shit got evil.
Got darker.
Yeah. I like fishing,
Yeah.
drinking beer, saltwater. Yeah, we lived near the bay and the Gulf, so when I was younger, I did a lot of bass fishing. You know, inland. You know, in the lakes. But as I got older, I started enjoying saltwater fishing. There's way more species out there, and it's bigger fish. You know, and so definitely like saltwater probably more in general.
I just like watching sports, playing sports, you know, playing with my grandkids. Growing my peppers, 20 different type of pepper plants. Yeah, I have some habaneros. I was growing a ghost pepper, but it died.
Yeah, I drink beer and just.
No, he drinks Budweiser.
Yeah, that's
He's
right.
got a-
The king of beers.
He's got a-
Unfortunately, I can't represent that today because we don't.
He's got a
That's his
jazzercise
little
class.
bastard sister.
Don't you teach a jazzercise class?
Yeah, I do jazzercise and Pilates.
We have something for you.
Uh-oh.
Now that is beautiful right there. This will be part of my Christmas decorations
look
at
at
home.
that.
Look at that. Is that a cool?
It's Christmas.
All right. Well,
Sweet.
okay. So beside this, when I'm at home, I like to. I got two daughters, two beautiful daughters, and a beautiful young girlfriend that I like to hang out with. So that's what I do. Hang and bang. All right. Yeah.
Slowly now, violence is screams from the night. Violence, abandon me now. Violence, it breathes from the night. I am